I'd like to call the meeting to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. If everybody would join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you everybody for joining us this morning. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Richard Williams. I am currently the president. And with that, I will open the meeting for nominations for officers for 2022.
Well, I think this is Warren. We probably should have gone around and asked some people, but usually the people that aren't here are the ones that I'm happy to throw their names up. But no, seriously, we need Peter Parsons left. And what other position do we have open besides vice president?
That is it.
Right, that's it, correct?
Yes.
Certainly Joanne Daly is still here and available and willing to be secretary. I'm still willing to be president, and I hope you're still willing to be treasurer.
Yes.
So
Unless somebody else wants to do that, but
well,
I'm more than
are
happy.
you just so damn good at it? I wouldn't want anybody else, but it's okay.
Well, that's only because Keith's there and Joanne was there before Keith. That's why I'm so good at it. Well, is there any, it's kind of hard to ask people on the phone if they want to step up when this is their first meeting. But let me tell you, the salary is awesome, right, Rich?
Absolutely awesome.
And the benefits and stuff are really good. So,
and there's very little work involved.
There's almost none.
Yep. But we do need somebody to step up to be treasurer to replace Peter Parsons.
Or first vice president.
Yes.
No, I'm treasurer.
I'm
You need
sorry.
someone, I'm happy to volunteer.
Matt? Great.
I make a motion to appoint Rich Williams as president, Matt Slater as vice president, Warren Lucas as treasurer, Joanne Daly as secretary.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
This goes towards my pension, right, Rich? The salary?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Just wanted to make sure. All right, as long as we're on the same page.
Matt, you don't want to add that in there. It brings it down.
Oh. Thanks, Rich.
I don't think you can take donation. No, I don't think it works that way, but
Good. All right. This is a reminder.
Rich,
Every
just so
year
you
we
know,
have
Mike
to
is
do-
here.
Yes, I can see. Hello, Michael.
Hi.
Every year we have to do the annual Board of Evaluations and the conflict of interest forms. They were sent out with all the materials for the annual meeting. We need those back as soon as possible. Trust us, if you do not send them back, we will begin harassing you. So please get those back into us. Linda, you want to add anything?
Linda, could you just tell everybody what date you sent those out to us?
Well, they went out with the original agenda. So within the next month, if we could have them, it would be very helpful.
Any
And I'm
questions?
sorry, just to confirm, it's this confidential evaluation of board performance that you're looking for?
That's right, the board performance and the annual statement concerning conflicts of interest as well. So if you scroll down, both of them are within that attachment.
Right, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Isn't there a URL for this now, or do we still do?
No, not for these. That's for the training and the financial disclosure, which I will be sending out to all the new supervisors.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right, let's move on to appointment of committees. We'll start off with the executive committee. Last year, the executive committee consisted of myself, Peter Parsons, Warren Lucas, Kenny Schmidt, Matt Slater, James Schmidt, and Mary Ellen Odell. We have 2 openings now if we keep the same committee. Peter Parsons is left and Kenny Schmidt is left. So.
And I think
We
it's either those folks or their designees, right?
Or their designee, yes.
Yes. So how do
So do we have anybody,
Unmuted. Oh,
Michael?
Town of Carmel, I would like to take Ken Schmidt's spot.
Excellent. All right, do we have somebody that would like to take Peter Parsons?
I'll take Peter's spot.
Excellent, great. All right, so I'll make a motion to appoint the executive committee, Richard Williams, Tony, I'm gonna say your name wrong.
Gonsalves. It's okay.
Gonzalez?
Yes, close enough.
All right, Warren Lucas, Michael? I've got to get used to this. Kazari, sorry. Matt Slater, James Schmidt, and Mary Ellen Odell.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. We also have an executive committee of ex officio non-voting members. Last year, that was Sabrina Charney Hull, Rich Franzetti, and Michael Quinn.
Michael Quinn doesn't work anymore for Yorktown, right?
Yeah, Michael Quinn's no longer here. Happy to nominate our town engineer, Dan Ciarcia.
I guess I'm signing on for this one.
Good.
No problem.
Somebody want to make a motion?
So moved.
We have a second? All
Second,
in favor?
aye.
Aye.
All right, governance committee was Matt Slater, Warren Lucas, and Kenny Schmidt.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Sure, I'll pick that up too, I guess.
Come join the fun, Mike.
I think they designated Rich or somebody for it, so. Right, Rich?
Yep, absolutely. All right, can I get a motion?
I'll make the motion. Thank you.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, audit committee. We had Peter Parsons, Rick Morrissey, and Mary Ellen Odell.
I'll take over Rick's spot. Rob Scarano.
And I can take over Peter's spot.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
All right, finance committee, we had Warren Lucas, Tony Hay, and Sam Oliverio.
I'll take Sam's spot.
Who was that?
That's Jackie and Abby.
Oh, Jackie, you're here. Hey, Jackie.
I'm here.
Great. Can I get a motion?
I'll make the motion.
We have a second?
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, last year we had technical committee, Michael Quinn, Ed Brancotti, Sabrina Charney Hull, and Rich Franzetti. Dan is stepping in for Michael.
That's fine. Okay, I'm
Okay.
in.
Can we get a motion on the technical
Motion.
committee?
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, moving on. We need to readopt the East of Hudson watershed policies. We have to do this annually. We'll start off. Can I get a motion on the banking relationships resolution?
So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Listen, as I'm running through these pretty quick. If anybody has any questions, please jump in. can I get a motion on the resolution for the code of ethics?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Can I get a motion on the mission statement with performance measures?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can I get a
Well, I
motion?
don't remember what, I don't quite remember what some of these were, so for the new people. I'm impressed, everybody's saying yes. They must have read them all, so.
All right, can I get a motion on the procurement policy?
It's a standard, it's like GML 103C. I'll make the motion for that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Last but not least, can I get a motion on the sexual harassment policy?
I'll make a
So
motion
moved.
on that.
We have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we have a resolution approving the bank signatories. I think we had talked about Jimmy Schmidt jumping in on this, Linda, didn't we?
Yes, we did. And also possibly even whoever was being elected as the vice president. So,
Tony, are you
I
okay?
didn't know that before I volunteered. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
This is where you make all the big money, Matt, so.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have, we use M&T for a lot of our stuff. We also have, bonds and stuff down in New York City with Ramirez, and I forget the name of the company and stuff, but it's all.
It's Ramirez.
Yeah, Ramirez and something else. But it's all local stuff, and it's a fairly easy job. Right now, who has authority to sign besides myself, Rich?
well, we're going to take Peter Parsons off.
Yep.
And so it's basically just you and Rich Williams, and that's really all we need for the check signing, but the vouchers, we need a third signature.
Yeah.
So,
So Linda usually runs them around with COVID right after the meetings and stuff. And we require, for most checks, there's 2 signatures on a check, so.
And I'm happy for you to put my name. I'm happy to do it. So not a problem.
great, thank you.
You're welcome.
all right, can I get a motion on the resolution?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, is there any other business at this time that anybody wishes to discuss?
Well, we have some new people here, and I don't know if anybody, we talked, I don't know if it's new business, old business, but this organization's been probably going on, is it 2011? I forget when we started it.
Yeah, 2011, we incorporated.
So I'm sure some of you are wondering what in God's name it actually does. And so there, maybe not on this call, but if there's some interest in actually understanding why we started this thing and what it's doing for us, we'd be happy to go through that with everybody. We also have Keith and Linda, Corey and Kevin's on here someplace, I think. Those are the 4 employees that we have. I don't know if everybody said hello to them or they said hello to everybody else. Linda does everything in the office, and Corey and Kevin's kind of in charge, the director over there, but he and Corey are kind of the engineer types, and Keith is the guy that handles all the books.
Website has a lot of information.
Yeah. But if anybody wants to understand, I don't want to belabor it here, but we're under bubble compliance as an MS board to do phosphorus work in our towns. Every town has a number they have to hit. And we formed this organization so that we're in bubble compliance. So if it goes into Patterson, it benefits all of us. If it goes into Lewisboro, it benefits all of us. And we've been very lucky up to this point in getting money from either WQIP originally or from New York City to pay for everything. Prior to that, it was, on us. So my cost of my town was around 1.7 million is what was estimated. And everybody else had kilograms of phosphorus. So we're doing this on behalf of all the towns, and that's why it's actually working fairly well. Occasionally you'll see Vincent Giorgio here, and not occasionally, he's always here, although he's always on mute. We never see his lovely face anymore. So the DEP is involved. Millie McGraw is down in the county. And there you go. Okay.
He's there.
You shaved.
Good.
I
have to dress
shaved
up
them
for
into
this.
it. So they're involved because obviously we're doing work in their watershed. And they're at all the meetings. And Millie, of course, as I think I started saying, is a Westchester County Planning Department. So there's a lot of projects. We'll talk about some of them later, but this is ongoing. And if you're not familiar with what's been going on in your towns, we're more than happy to discuss that and give you a little more input about exactly what this is doing for you. So,
Yeah, thank you, Warren. If I could add just one more thing. This is a requirement of the MS4 program we all are required to implement. And it is a 10-year program. We're currently in year 11. We are wrapping up the stormwater retrofits we were committed to do in the first 10 years. And we are currently waiting for New York State DEC to issue the new MS4 permit, which we anticipate is going to extend this program for another 10 years. But we're currently waiting. They keep saying it's coming out any day, and we have not yet seen it. So we saw an earlier version that wasn't very favorable, and thank God for the East of Hudson Corporation, because we were able to fight it back pretty well.
I didn't point out we started off with a lawyer. His name was George Rodenhausen, and Christine and Patrick are here. They're online right now. I don't know if everybody kind of sees they're our attorneys, and they're on retainers. So whether we use them 1 hour or 100 hours, they're kind of here at every meeting, right? Something like that. They do a good job for us. Keeping us
Any
out.
other discussion? All right, don't anybody go anywhere because we're going right into another meeting, but I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I'd like to open the quarterly meeting of the directors and members. I'm going to waive the pledge because we've done the pledge at the annual meeting and move right into the approval of meeting minutes. Everybody had a chance to review those minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve them as delivered, as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
There you go.
God, Linda, as always.
Okay, now here's where the new people get to meet the staff. We're going to start off with the financial update. Keith, you're on.
Okay. The financials that were provided to you in the packet here are actually as of November 30th. As of December 4th, it's a little too early for me to have, January 4th, a little too early for me to have financials for the month or the year ending December 31st. So we're going to go with November's. As of November 30th, we had $12,810,000 in total investments, of which $10,495,000 were related to the FAD. We have outstanding contracts, total contracts of $929,000, of which $811,000 of that is related to FAD in the upstream basins.
Keith, not everybody's going to know what FAD is, but it's a filter. I think it's filter avoidance detention basin. It's the area that DEP is really focused on. It's a lot of the Croton Reservoir and the stuff up in Putnam and maybe some of Dutchess County. So they funded us that money separately just for those water basins, those towns.
Thank you, Warren. I assume everyone knows things.
Anybody have any questions?
So there is no income coming from the towns other than maybe on some of the O&M stuff. All the money so far has been funded. At some point in time, it's come from the DEP. There is some money occasionally that people get in a water quality grant in the town, and it'll be supplemented by money from the East of Hudson for match and stuff. So that mitigates phosphorus. The East of Hudson has in the past has been helpful. They originally wanted to set it up as a taxing agency, a taxing district, which we were fairly vocal about.
Linda, would you like to talk about the reporting and filing due dates or?
Sure, sure. So on the front side of this sheet, which I will share with everyone, we have dates that certain reports are due by to the ABO, and the ones that are in blue text are reflected on the back. So this is pretty much the required compliance from everyone, most especially for new members. Within a year, the fiduciary acknowledgement and board member training should be completed. And every year, annually, the board evaluation, the conflict of interest, and financial disclosure should be done. So those dates will be filled in and or marked as completed when they're done. So it's pretty blank for now. But those dates and other information will be filled in as it's done. So that's where we are.
I would just like to add in that, especially for our friends down in Westchester, when you're going to do your financial disclosure forms, that's going to come out of Putnam County. And the reason it comes out of Putnam County is because the corporation's address is in Putnam County. So, you know, you will see that. We will be sending that to you. And when you see it's from Putnam County, that's not a mistake.
So in the next day or so, I will be sending out an email to new members that will contain links to the board member training and the financial disclosure, and then the other items will be attached, and they could just be completed and sent back to me.
Any questions?
No, thank you, Linda. Hey, just one quick other comment. We mentioned our office. We have an office up in Patterson. There's a few rooms in the office. Obviously, we have employees there. What's the address?
2 Route 164.
2 Route 164. Yeah.
Hopefully someday we're all going to be meeting there again. All right, next I'm going to turn it over to our corporation engineer. Kevin, would you like to talk about the project updates?
Sure thing. First of all, I want to welcome everybody. I apologize for my voice, I'm under the weather, but the 2 pages that you're going to see on a quarterly basis that comes out from our office is going to be first the running project status table. It has all the open projects that we're working on currently that are either out for construction or out for design services. The next set of tables that we'll get to in a bit is the running list of projects that we have credit for that have already been constructed, that are in the ground. Those tables break it down by each individual municipality so that every town supervisor has a chance to see what is being worked on currently in their municipality and what we already have credit for. What we'll look to do to feed off of some of the things that Warren was saying earlier, we've been compiling updated packets for every municipality. And these packets are going to give everybody kind of a crash course on what it is that we're doing, what projects we're looking at within your town, what projects we are pushing to the front of the line in your town. And I think that it could be extremely beneficial if anybody wants to take us up on the offer that we sit down and have maybe a brief conference call. We'd be happy to talk to every municipality, get you guys up to speed on what we're doing, what we've been looking to attack within your borders. And I think that'd be helpful to kind of get you up to speed on where we are and where we hope to be going in the future. So we currently have about 619 kilograms of credit. We will be submitting the New York State DEC annual report at the end of this month, which will account for an additional, I think it's additional 40 kilograms for projects that have been completed within the last 3 months or so. Moving into the spring, we look to have quite a few projects that will be going to construction Many of those projects are catch basin inserts, which are filters that get dropped in right into the existing infrastructures within residential areas, within parking lots, commercial areas. It's extremely beneficial retrofit that we can get in without having much of an impact to the ground, but a very big impact to the phosphorus reduction. We currently have approximately a little over 30 projects in design or construction. And as I said, I think there's about 4 or 5 that'll be coming off of this list. This is a table that's provided monthly and updated monthly for consumption. And we will be looking to, as I said, knock out a couple more in early spring, which look to be large channel stabilization projects that will allow us to hit some big numbers real quick at the beginning of this year.
Kevin, do you want to just touch on exactly how we find the projects?
Yeah.
And by the
So-
way, when you say kilograms, we're talking phosphorus. There's a reason we want phosphorus taken out of the system.
Right. So to start in the program, there were two separate studies that were done in Westchester County, Putnam County, and in the very infant stages of the corporation, those plans came together, and years 1 through 5 were based on those original studies. We still pull projects from that catalog as needed, but for the most part, we're relying on feedback from municipalities. And the secondary report that got done about 5 years ago for years 6 or 10. These projects, when they come to us, are often at just a highway department that picks up the phone and says, "Hey, we got a problem." Town supervisor says, "Hey, this is an area of concern. Do you think you can do anything?" Corey and I are always actively keeping our eyes open for areas within the watershed that we think we could tackle with new ideas and new concepts to try to get an increase in the phosphorus reduction for you guys. I can say right now we're in fact targeting a lot of the local lake communities that we feel might be a little underserved for the retrofits. And there's a lot of opportunities that are still out there, but as even what Rich said earlier, we're another 10 years of the program coming up. Possibly, we're going to have to pick up every rock and find every opportunity out there. So as everybody goes about their daily business, with their highway departments, with their staff, any feedback that we can get from the municipalities on these issues is always welcome.
So just to make another quick comment on the financial side, that every project obviously has a phosphorus mitigation. Phosphorus causes algae and seaweed. That's why we're taking it out. We started out 11 years ago. I think the first project in Somers was 200,000 a kilogram, just over. On average now, we're probably in the 70,000 per kilogram, and we have some projects that are significantly less. And so when we're looking at projects, it's not only is it a good phosphorus, it's also how much does it cost. And so, a lot of us are just kind of tuned to what's the cost per kilogram, from a justification point of view.
And I think more importantly, Warren, too, what our ongoing O&M costs are for a particular remediation or mitigation action, right?
Sure.
Yeah, then that's a good point, Ed. That's always in the front of our minds when we're selecting projects within each municipality. It's what capabilities does that individual municipality actually have? Do you have the vac truck? Do you have easy access to an excavator to clean up the ponds, et cetera? So we're always working with you guys to make sure that we're picking the right retrofit for your municipality and for the location as well. I think at this point we've dropped our running program average down to, I think it's closer to $50,000 per kilogram based off of some of the new technologies that we've been using over the past couple of years. And we're hoping to keep driving that down because if anything, projects aren't as hard to find as money for the program. So we hope to keep pumping out the efficient choices, working with the DEC to get new technology accepted.
All right, Kevin, have we covered project update and project summary both?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, then let's move on to the O and M discussion. And, you know, if you want to talk a little bit about O and M and what we're doing.
Okay, so much like everyone shares in phosphorus reduction across the watershed, we share in the cost of maintenance as well. We just wrapped up our calendar year 2021 for maintenance and O&M submissions. I believe everyone is accounted for. There might just be one or two municipalities I need to reach out to and shake some pennies loose from. But we will look to collect all those for filing by January 15th. And we will look to send out any payments to all municipalities. I think those tend to come in after the audit's been accepted, I believe it is, which will be closer to May. So as we all share in the phosphorus reduction, share in maintenance requirements, some municipalities don't have a lot of projects within the borders, some don't have any. So yeah, the idea is everyone is either paying forward with manpower and labor in maintaining the projects in the municipality, or they are paying in writing a check to the corporation, so that everyone can share in maintenance responsibilities and no one municipality is taking the brunt. We'll begin going through and doing kind of a check off of all the things that were submitted to us to make sure we're comfortable with what maintenance has been done. We do that on an annual basis to make sure that something didn't get missed, and have a running charts, make sure that, you know, some years, not every year do we need to go out there and maintain the ponds, for instance, but other years they might need a little extra care. So we're going to finish up that review. We'll let anybody know, each municipality know that they need to do X, Y, and Z to get themselves up to speed. And we'll look to, as I said, we'll look to have those payments and full study done and out to everybody, I think, by May.
Any questions? Okay, other business. Anybody have any other business they want to do at this time? All right, I just want to follow up on something Warren said earlier, that for the new folks that are joining us today, the MS4 program can be somewhat daunting. If anybody has any questions, if you want to reach out to myself, Warren, or the staff, you know, we'll be happy to answer any questions. If you want an in-depth view, we can certainly meet and take you through the whole process from the beginning, when we started, all the way through where we are today.
There was a chart that was up. Linda, I don't know if you or Kevin were putting it up, but it was every town and their kilograms of phosphorus that they were given from the DEC. Is that still out there? So if you look down the left side, you'll see kind of Bedford has 64.4 kilograms. Every town's there. Mine's 38.2. You multiply that by 70,000 or 50,000, and you realize how big the number is that we need to mitigate. So that number of 919 on the bottom, that's what we're all targeting for 10 years. And it's been very successful working with the DEC and the DEP. They've been very good to us, and I think at this point they think fairly highly of us. But that gives you an idea. So we're in bubble compliance. So even though I have 38.2, I don't care if I have 22 in my town or 52 in my town, because it goes into the overall mix.
Anything else, anyone?
Yeah, just real quick for Kevin, we're going to re-engage on that Junior Lake project. So Dan and I are going to reach out to you about next steps on that one. Our highway superintendent raised some issues on the O&M, but I think your answer should be sufficient for the board. And so figuring out what the next steps are would be important for us. So we'll reach out to you offline about that particular project.
Anyone else? All right, I'd like to thank everybody for coming today, and welcome for the new folks to the East of Hudson Watershed Corporation. We look forward to working with you all. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion with one quick question. Are there any people on here? Are we missing any supervisors? Is Somers here?
Yes,
Somers is here.
Okay, good.
Somers is here, Warren.
We are missing
Bedford is
Oh,
Ken.
not.
Bob here. There you are.
All right.
So we have
Bedford is
everybody
not.
good.
No, I don't think Jamie's here.
No, Jamie's not here.
Okay, so.
Jamie's
we'll
from the
reach
town of
out to
Kent.
the- Okay.
Anyone else? All right, so Warren made a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye,
Rich,
thanks a lot.
Thanks, everybody.
Hey, Rich, can you give me a call?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
All right,
Bye.
Bye.
bye.